Yo, this is Mr. Matic Long and Strong, aka Shaw Infinite, and this is the Taste Buds Podcast.
Yo!
Someone press play, quick.
Press play.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Yeah!
We have the cornerstone of cruise control entertainment, the resurrector of rhythm and blues. Mr. Niggas Don't Sing No More.
Yeah, that's the best intro I've ever had.
Reggie Becton.
That was super great. What's traveling?
Reggie Becton is in a fucking building.
Finally, we get to do this today.
When does it get difficult?
When does it?
I don't know. I don't think it ever does. It was already difficult.
Let's just say how legendary of a podcast episode this is. The intention for this podcast was to give our friends a voice and a platform
100%.
to show and prove how dope they was as an artist and as people above all things. So
Yes.
it's an honor to have my brother Reggie
I'm
in the
to be
building.
here.
You know what I'm saying?
Been trying to get here for a while. You know, you got-
Phases.
He's also got us laced up nicely in these matching shirts.
Yo, we bring gifts.
You know what I'm saying?
Got us some
Phases.
cups.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You know what's in the cup.
Arizona, nigga.
Yeah.
Still looking for that fucking...
Call us.
Yo, this is some nice greenery you guys got here. Some plants.
We
Set the
actually
ambiance.
We
water
got
those
weed,
with
too.
Arizona.
Say-
That's how they stay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man.
Okay.
So Phases is out.
Phases is out. It's been a long
Right?
time coming.
Yeah, let's talk about the gestation period for that. How long were you working on that?
Yo, I've been working on that project since about, I would say since about April of 2017. Like, so that's like almost like a month away from like me dropping timing. As soon as I dropped timing, it was kind of like, all right, what's gonna be next? And then I was having talks with this good guy over here, just talking about different sounds and stuff like that. And we would just have talks and go back and forth about, oh, we like this sound, we like this sound. And then it just came up to like, I want something dark, I want like something soulful. And I told him like, yo, I want a soulful Halloween. And that was like the tag. So when I told him that, he's like, cool, that's what we can tell producers and stuff like that.
Damn, okay.
And we did that. We started to get beats and stuff. And then we just started to keep working. So that was part of the journey, and the journey got more difficult throughout. But
Yeah.
that was the inception of Phases.
Okay. See, like, I didn't even know that. That's tight. It all
It's
makes
pretty
sense
tight.
now.
And now, then it comes out on Halloween.
Exactly.
After the countless delays that we did it just, you can't mess with God. He already knows.
Yeah, I don't think there were any delays, to be honest with you.
I wanna just elaborate and open up on the story just so people understand the testimony throughout this project or just from the birthing of the project. So you're originally from?
I'm from PG County, Maryland.
Okay, and then you went to college.
In Philadelphia.
And then
Moved to LA a year after I graduated.
okay,
Got here, hit the ground running, recorded like a mixtape project that was called Timing. Released that in March of 2017. After that, started working on the next release and doing different things, you know, doing some writing,
So-
just getting some opportunities.
Reggie came highly recommended to Cruises in our studio by a mutual friend of ours through college, who happened to be Reggie's cousin.
Jerome in the house. Big
Exactly.
ups to
Shout
him.
out Romy Rome. Anyways,
Perfect.
We on the boards.
yo,
Wait.
Yo,
Working the board.
so I want to know, like, there wasn't really that much time between I mean, obviously the creation of Timing, but the releasing of Timing and the starting of the new album. What changed for you after you released Timing to give you what you needed for the next project? Like, what?
That's a very good question.
yeah,
I think what it was when I released Timing, Timing was just like I had to get it out for myself. I always tell the people that, like, when you go through music, sometimes you feel like when you're making it, you feel like you're making it for everyone and all these people. And you think about, you think about when people hear this song, they're gonna be like, oh, this shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Or you think about when they hear this song or this run or this melody, it's gonna be crazy. Oh, I wrote this is like a bar, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
And then when you release it and you don't get that satisfaction, I guess, from people, you realize that maybe that project was for yourself. And I feel like Timing, the whole meaning for it, like even the title of the project, Timing, it was for myself. It was just for me to like set the standard of like, I can do this music shit, I can make good music, and hopefully you vibe to it. It just gave me the foundation to sit on. So like time and walk so phases could run.
But
that's what the people would
from
say.
From my perspective, the change was just seeing the sacrifices that he made from timing to phases to be able to produce like that level of quality of a product. Changed his diet, changed his regimen. I feel like we both did in some sense. We just piggybacked off each other. He stopped eating meat for a little while, and here I am. I'm 10 months vegetarian. We started taking vocal lessons. Shout out to Bova. You know what I'm saying? Who was really just a homie and came through and just explained to us a lot about not even just about music, but just
not
about,
just singing specifically, but
about
just like
life, longevity, the power of optimism, staying on what she calls the arc. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like living in the ether. Like I didn't know. To me, when I heard the word ether, it was just a Nas record.
Yeah.
But she broke that word down, ether, where it's like everything I do, I wanted to like be in the ether. So I think it was just like a lot of like, the change was on timing, I was discovering myself. And by the time I finished timing, I knew who I was to be able to record phases.
Okay.
I would say that's the biggest change.
Hell yeah. So it was like a coming of ages, like finding yourself and
you went through, let's talk about what you went through. You went through a lot, which, you know what I'm saying, I feel like which is what prompted the title.
Yeah, I went through so many phases of just like learning myself, just dealing with like doubt, insecurities, dealing with like not being in a relationship, not having time to be in a relationship, not even having time to like court and shit like that the way you want to court. Yeah. So dealing with all these things and like trying to stay positive, dealing with depression, anxiety, like not feeling like you're just behind. Like social media will have you feeling like, what the fuck, I'm 33 and life is just over and I haven't did anything. And dealing with all that made me like just stay in my room and like really just record. Record, write, and just get shit out. Yeah. And by the time it all came to be, it was like, oh, I got this project. So
yeah, the premise of it is deep and really emotional. Niggas gonna hear you use the word quote and be like, damn, this nigga Reggie who? Anyways, yeah. I feel like the premise of what you just said was that basically like phases about men showing their emotions.
Exactly.
When they go through things. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
For sure. I feel like as being raised, like my dad, he taught us like to just be yourself. Not even be yourself, because that's cliche, but he just told us, like, he showed a good example of what a man is. And he showed a good example because it's not like my father was afraid to cry or anything like that. Not that I saw him cry too many, but I don't think he was afraid to cry. He told us to deal with our emotions and not to run away from them or feel like we gotta shield them. But we also got like the part where it's like, all right, you can't just be crying about everything. You know, so it was that healthy balance. And I think that when I was creating this project, I saw like SZA coming out and I saw her coming out and I saw all these women in music creating like these very emotive projects and sets of music for women. And I feel like men was not doing that, or men was coming from a perspective, is that me? They was coming from a perspective of just like the cliche shit, like men being the players, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We always get those songs of like,
we don't get the other side of
we don't get the other songs. Or even if you talking about sex, it's not like you hear Down and you hear it's talking about sex, but the way it's done is very like polite and just like,
it's like if chill. It was a girl that you really cared about, how you would talk about sex, not like a girl, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
exactly. And it's like, but it could fit both, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so exactly.
It's that duality that I like to play around with, because I feel like that's my circle. I have friends that's like the players, man, who like, oh no, you gotta run down and don't wait, like don't take your time, like they would fucking shun in your feelings away. But then I have friends who's like, or the feels, sorry. But then I have friends who's like, yo, this is me. I hate like just doing anything with girls because girls always get attached, or that whole notion of, you know, so I think like men just emoting more will just help us with music and just like.
So you're basically helping us, like, you know, you're saying it's okay. You're letting the rest of the world know that like it's okay. This is how we think.
Exactly.
Most of the time, you know, contrary to popular belief, like some of us are sensitive. Some of us be thinking about things. You know, we're not just animals. Like,
in my opinion, it's a big ass like self-help EP, because you listen to it and you think about like. You just accept the different modes that you're in. Sometimes you're a player, sometimes you're depressed about or processing a breakup. Yeah. Other times you're, you know what I'm saying, you get money like a real nigga. Other time, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, But accepting all of those things and knowing how to process it develops a sense of self-awareness that keeps you mobile through all of it. And one of the things that I really applaud Reggie for, just from just from me seeing him firsthand, is staying mobile through phases of depression, phases of just mentally not having the strength to stay on the arc. I keep saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? But falling into those things. Can you give like artists? So I'm looking for a specific thing, so I'm trying to figure out how to lead this question. Can you give artists like some tips on how to keep their goals in mind? I know you do a lot of things, like as far as like the writing and
I do a lot of.
Okay, there you go. Here we go.
So I think me personally, for artists, I would just study. Like I do a lot of studying, and studying can be like watching interviews. Studying can be like watching your favorite artist tours, but like making a band, like for instance, like that, to me that was like a great like fucking research paper to research the industry. You saw them get developed, you saw after the development, you saw the process, you know what I'm saying? So I think like,
the successes,
the highs, the lows, the dealing with being in the industry, different pools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think for artists, we have to take everything that you see major label artists doing and just apply it to your situation. So plan your projects, plan your releases. I plan everything, and part of that comes from like me being in college and dealing with like organizations, student ran organizations. But you have to plan programs and you have to plan like events and stuff. So when I do like a project, when I start working on the EP, I do like I print out monthly calendars and I just write in dates. Like I want to have a session here, I want to have a session there. This is what I want to do. The projects to come out, and what am I doing 30 days before the release to promote it? What am I doing 30 days after the release to like keep it living? So I think planning is very important. I think assembling the right people around you. Phases will be nothing without the right people. Like you two guys, you both had integral parts of phases and like really helping that project to come to life. So that's a big blessing. But also like Cruz, Megan, D'Angelo,
absolutely,
everybody who like just came together, whole squad, Rodney, Sapphire.
And you really saw it all come together at the party. It's like you saw like everything just like
all the so that's why it was so great to have like everybody in this one space to see not only the hard work I put in, but how we all made this project for what it is. And I think it shows like when you release something, sometimes you can release a song and you can have people who help like produce it or something, and they don't really like help push it or promote it. But then you have phases, and I feel like everybody who's been a part of the project has like been trying to support it anyway, like going hard to promote the song they're on, or going hard to promote the song they produce. If they had a count of like saying like I want to help you with that, how you market it, like just everything. People have really been like helping out with the project. So I would say just assemble the right team and don't just do it off friendship. Like these niggas are all my friends who I got to work with, but that's not the reason they were on my project.
Yeah. But I mean, it's straight up, honestly, like we weren't really friends. I mean, we knew each other. We were acquaintances, you know.
Through mutual friends.
But we've became friends from this.
Like it's like we're brothers now.
Yeah, indeed. Can we? I want you to speak about your belief in affirmations, because we already talked about like calendaring, but
So another like personal thing like for artists, I guess, for just to stay positive. I think that's something me and Shaw learned a lot about doing our time with Bova and doing those vocal lessons at the vocal workout. And it was just all about like your journey and stand on your path. And that's very strong, because when you realize that you are moving in your path and your alignment, then you know I'm not competing with Gato, I'm not competing with Shaw, I'm not competing with anybody, you know, because my path is my path. So when you win, I can be 100% happy for you, because I know that opportunity wasn't.
Not being like, oh man, that could have been me.
But like, or when the fuck
and that's when shit goes south. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like.
And I think part of that, it's just like you got to stay positive. You got to affirm the things you want. Like I have sticky notes all around my house with just like good affirmations.
Oh yeah.
Every morning I wake up thanking God, you know, and just taking 5 minutes to like just clear my mind and just think about the things I want to happen and manifest that. Before I go to sleep, I do the same thing. On my way to work, I'm just talking to God. Like I talk to God like 20 times a day. Like I call God more than I call anybody on my phone. More than I text anybody on my phone. Like. So it's just like staying positive, affirming all things that can happen, knowing that you are the energy you attract. So just being the person you hope to receive one day. Yeah, and I just think that's how like life that's how life is. So, and also like to further that, it's like when I grew up and I would hear celebrities talking in interviews, they would always be like, life is a fairy tale, or you can do anything you put your mind to. And when I got about like 16 and 19, I'm like, yo, that's bullshit. Like, you need like resources, you need people to help you. And then one day it just clicked to me, like, they're talking about positive thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like just some type of dream they're trying to infest you. They're talking about thinking positive, attracting all the shit you want to have, because that's what life is about, and that's the fairy tale. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's the fairy tale.
I definitely believe in putting out like positive energy, just because like that's what the highest frequency is, love. So people really cling to that. They might not even like love how much they get paid, love, you know what I'm saying, love how much they getting paid, like et cetera, but just the fact that they're actually going towards their purpose in musicianship or just being a part of a group will keep them around for. And
when you like, when you say I need a team to do this, when you're looking for a team, it's like if you're a positive person and like people like to be around you, you don't have to look for that team at all. That team's gonna come to you because they're gonna want to be around you. They're gonna want to feed off that energy. So it's like, I feel like that's what happens when you reach that peak of your artistry. It's like people want to be around.
Exactly. And it's like, I don't like when I embark on the journey to do something new, like, oh, I want to film a movie. Let's say I want to film a movie. I don't not necessarily think about what I don't have anymore. You know what I'm saying? I think about what I have and what I need, and then I know that 2 weeks from now it'll all make sense. So
true.
You really just gotta stay positive in the shit and just like,
see
keep
the
attracting.
pieces and
just be like, all right,
together.
God, I wanna shoot a movie in a month. Let's go.
And that's what I'm saying. And when you're a part of a real clique that believe in you and just believe in their blessings as well, they'll know and understand that they have to like pay it forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just out of humility and just, you know what I mean, just here. Like, I don't want to do this alone type thing. So
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Everything's a little bit funner with your friends. Like,
yeah, it's so much more fun.
You want to share with people.
Shout out to the cameraman that's in the room. That's also the homies. You know what I'm saying?
We got friends. Speaking of teams, people who worked on the project, features, producers. I want to just take a second. I just want everyone to know, like, you could just read off the T-shirt.
I could just read off the T-shirt,
but you know it by heart because.
All right, let's see how I can do this. So, all right, so you have Phases. You know, lead artist Reggie, of course. Then we have two features on Phases.
No, I'm just kidding.
2 features on Phases. We have on track number 4, Down. It's only HA in the building today. See how I just rhymed that? You know. Then on the last song of the record, we have Press Play, which features the wonderful Lauren Camille, who's a great friend of mine, all around great person. We just went to the Jessie J concert.
Nice.
Super
I had
dope.
the pleasure of meeting her at the party.
Yeah.
Jessie J?
No. Yeah.
Lauren. No. I wish she would have met Jessie J. But Lauren's phenomenal too. Great vocalist. But yeah, and just speaking of Lauren, it was so important for me to like. That was the last song we did for Phases. That's a long song. That wasn't the last song I did for Phases.
Close.
I had written a different song to it.
Gotcha.
And me and Lauren got into the studio, and I was like, hey, I got this beat. I wrote this song, and the song was called Circles. And I let her hear it. She was like, I like this song and whatever, but I really like the beat, so let's try to work on something in that. And before, Phases wasn't going to have any like female voices.
Yeah.
So when Lauren came around, we wrote this song. I'm like, yo, this is just so important for the project. It's so important to hear. Like, we definitely have to do this. And it was like, it's very Avant and Kiki Wyatt.
Yeah.
And Avant is like one of my all-time favorite singers, inspirations in music. He doesn't get enough credit. It's criminally underrated. But yeah, so it's one of those vibes, and I'm like, yo, this has to go in there. So that's how that song came about.
Such a soulful song. Is very like infectious how it moves you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by like really reminiscent and resurrecting real R&B.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you can understand that there's a true and raw emotion in the lyrics and the emphasis. You get what I'm saying? Some people can't get all the way in their bag when they're in the studio because they can't feel it. But when you listen to the song, you know you can feel it.
Yes.
You have to be like in tune with your feelings to make music like this, correct? Like,
yeah, you have to be in tune with your feelings and I would say other people's feelings. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because some of the songs, like, some of the songs aren't necessarily shit I went through, but some of them are inspired like by my brother. You know what I'm saying? And his family, like my brother is engaged, you know, big ups to him. He just got engaged, I want to say early this year.
Yeah.
2 kids, niece and nephew, Damari and Denham. Shout outs to them as well. But yeah, so like when you hear options is really about my brother's situation. He probably don't even know about that, but that's why you hear like they've been like high school sweethearts, you know, been in love for a long time, and I feel like they went through a lot of ups and downs in their relationships and whatnot, but they always managed to stay together. But I know it was a certain point where they were at this fork in the road, like, what we gonna do? What we gonna move? Who we gonna trust? How the kids can get to school? You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
It all makes sense, and it's like that's a real life shit when you start to have kids, when you start to deposit 8 years with someone, and you just get into that relationship, and it's like, all right, we in year 9. We got a child together. Like, are we gonna make this thing happen? Because you not ugly, I'm not ugly. I know you got options, so do you know what I'm saying? I know you do too. But it's like, if this ain't working out,
Don't tempt me,
because I'm gonna make that move.
Bars.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Let's break down some more lyrics in this project, because I really appreciate the lyrics.
Real fast, let's get the producers. I didn't forget them.
Oh yeah.
New Moon was produced by DH, a good friend of mine. He's out in I met him through another artist I normally work with named Be Easy.
Okay.
And that's how we collabed through that. So yeah, he made Phases, killed that sample, Full Moon.
Facts.
We bonded over Brandy. Brandy is like one of our favorite singers, so another big inspiration of mine.
Shout out to Brandy.
Shout out to her. Number 2 was produced by Marco. Try Me. Great track. I know I got that track. Like New Moon and Try Me was written like very early on in the project. They were just one-offs at first, and then they just fit so well.
Shout out to Marco, aka
shout out to Marco.
Essentials.
We were just with him. Oh, he's an amazing guitarist. Crazy shit coming soon. Number 3 was produced by Shad, Spaceship Shad, who I met through this good guy named Shad. Not to be confused with Shad. But yeah, we wrote that. Shad had did a demo for someone on that song.
Yeah.
Sent it to me, asked me what I thought. I'm like, yo, I fucking fuck with it. Phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna change some shit and I'm gonna send it back. Send it back. He was like, yo, this is fire. This is cool. At first I thought it was gonna go somewhere else, and I was like, yo, if I can keep it, I'm wanna keep it. He said, cool.
Yeah, keep that shit rolling.
Yeah, kept it, and then we just went with it. Number 4, Down. Oh well, it's a segue. It's like a little interlude or something.
The song that's at the end of
Seduction was produced by Jay. Seduction has been getting a lot of people vibing to Seduction. Very Prince inspired. Another big inspiration. Then it goes into Down, which again features It's Only H.A. And that was produced by Jay again. Jay did that one as well.
Oh, yeah.
Then after that, we go into Options, produced by Jay again. Jay. And yeah, Jay is a big part of this project. And then after that, we go into Good Girls Cry, which is my favorite song on the project. And that was produced by Yamil. Great friend of mine, great producer. We got some new stuff coming too soon.
Nice.
Then number 7, we go back to, and this number 7 is the title project, Phases, which is produced by Jay as well. And then we go into
Jay going in.
Yeah, Jay going in.
Damn.
Jay is Phases at this point. And then the last track, final track, Press Play, which features Lauren Camille, is produced by Vince.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
shout out to Jay, man.
I am like so impressed because like I don't know, it's rare that you have this many producers on a project, and it's so cohesive.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If you didn't know, you would just think that you had like
One producer.
well, obviously you do. I have a team of producers
Right.
essentially. But yeah, I'm impressed by that. Like
No, that aspect of it, sequencing, the cohesiveness was something we talked about really early on, and I like stressed to him like it gotta be like cohesive, it gotta be like super fucking just.
It's not even has to do with like just the sounds of the beats. It has to do with the quality, the production.
That's why it's very much so a conceptual EP, just because of how it blends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I really want to credit Jay in that, because every time I hear some of his production, I know and understand that it's very cinematic. You get what I'm saying? So that's like, those are like the establishing shots like in movies. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just put you in the setting, and then his other songs that intercept between Jay's beats are like scenes. You get what I'm saying? So
Jay
that's
is
why it's
just
very
so,
much
like,
so a conceptual.
You're super right about that. Like we were on the balcony one night and we were listening to Jay beats, and the beat of Phases came on, and we started to write to it and play around to it, me and Shaw, and it was about to be like this, I would say more of a sexual song. Like she tell me keep going, that type of thing. So we did that night. We laid some like scratch vocals to it, and we're like, so then the next day I went home. I don't know what happened, but I woke up, started listening to it, and I'm like, yo, this should be a story. Like, you know what I'm saying? This should be a story. And I had always had the title of Phases in the back of my head as a project I wanted to release. I'm like, yo, this should be a story. So I started writing it, and I sent like the lyrics I had to Sean. He's like, no, that's fire. Like, keep that going. And after I wrote that, it was like, all right, I know exactly what this project is going to be about. I know exactly the stories and the different phases I need to tell. So like, that's why Jay is so important and integral to Phases, because it's like his production kind of like made the story come to be.
Made it a little bit easier for you to like
Emote.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about, is like not having obstacles in your way. I mean, obviously there's going to be obstacles along the way, but like the smoother it can be, you can just pull the artistry out, and it doesn't get washed by anything. It's just
how did Good Girls Cry come about?
Wow. Good Girls Cry came about. Actually, I lied. That was the last song to be added on the project. Cause remember, it was 7 at first.
Yeah, and
then I popped
you
up.
were like, oh, I just made this.
Yeah, I popped up on one on Gato, and I'm like,
honestly,
hey.
when we first started mixing, I just figured like we'd start with like 7, and then towards the end they'd be like 20. Because like every day I feel like he was just making something different. He was like, yo, another single. Yeah,
it was crazy. I would like come in here and be like, Gato, I know I sent you those track outs, but I added some vocals.
Yeah, I changed everything.
Yeah, but yeah, Good Girls Cry came, and it was the last song on the project, and it came from me and Yamil have been working on just music in general, like trying to build a chemistry. He's a great producer and things like that, and we got into this. We found like that chemistry, and we got into this like. We were just getting them done. This is done. And Good Girls Cry came about. He was like, yo, I did this beat a long time ago, but like I don't really like it. Was like I did it a long time ago and I didn't really like it or whatever. But I'm like, play it. And he played it, and I'm like, yo, this is fire, bro. Send this to me. So then he sent it to me after we had a session, and came home, got in the bed like, yo, I'm tired. Then I started listening to the beat, and like sometimes when I write, I just like put the beat on and just act like I'm performing it, you know, and see what comes to mind.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, so I like put the beat on in my room, and I'm like up, like just moving around.
He's just sitting on his bed.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm like, I started to mumble some words, and I'm like, oh, this is actually a problem. And I'm like, all right, let me go lay some scratch vocals. So I started sitting down in front of my little home setup and started laying this shit. And I'm like, yo, this is gonna be like, I need to write this song because I don't know. I was like, I need to write this song because I know it needs to be like sum up my dating life right now. You know what I'm saying? And my dating life is kind of like non-existent right now. So I'm
ladies,
like,
get at your man. He just
we got
dropped
time
the
now.
project.
Phases is out. We got time now.
The DMs are open.
But I knew that I wanted to write this song that was like just what I'm going through, and I know other people going through. It's like this is a song for any nigga who like trying on his grind, trying to get his shit done, trying to get his shit together, and
Going through changes.
Yeah, just going through changes, and you realize like, damn, I don't got time today. I need to work on myself first.
Yeah.
Because if I don't work on myself, then I'm gonna be that fuck nigga Scissor's writing about.
Yeah,
on her next album.
One of my favorite lines on the project is and she said, Reggie, will you promise me you won't come first
and be the first to leave?
I said, this nigga playing.
No.
I was like, damn.
But no, that's just another like shout out to real R&B. That's Tyrese, Signs of the Making interpolation.
Okay.
Great song by Tyrese, one of my favorite songs by Tyrese, and I just felt like, yo, that would be a crazy little play on words, like a bar that go over some people's head. So that's how that just came on, just trying to be like cool.
That was dope.
But it's real too.
Yeah.
Can't be coming first and leaving first.
Yeah.
She got
had to hit her with the hey big head.
Yeah. That's a great line too.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember when we was working on Try Me, Cruz didn't like that part. When we was in the studio, Cruz like, I don't know, I'm not really feeling like the whole rap part. Like it's different because I'm not a rapper at all, you know. Yeah. So I barely ever come out that box of like singing. Mm-hmm. So when I did that, it was new for me, and I'm like, I didn't know if I liked it, and then I agreed to like it, and then when I presented it to Cruz like, I'm not really feeling it. I'm like, bro, just trust me on this one. Yeah, this is gonna be like cool, and then that part is like one of the favorite parts.
Yeah, that's why you had to do it, because I mean it's like anything when you try a new move and like anything, you get what I'm saying? Like you have to try it in order to develop it. You get what I'm saying? So it's something that like you sort of got to put out and push it. And so that, you know what I'm saying, to develop it, I feel like the next time it happens, it'll be like more.
Yeah, that was the very first.
More expected.
You've written like some rap stuff before, right?
No.
Or was that literally like the first stab at like a verse ever? like rap from that approach, I guess?
I feel like I've written stuff to be sung in the mindset of a rapper, but I've never written like a rap in life. Yeah, I never written a rap.
You just always.
Maybe I have actually.
Maybe
I mean, everyone has.
I probably have.
Everyone has.
I've written something like that before.
But I mean, not seriously considering it.
Yeah, I never considered rapping
Yeah.
at all. It's not my calling.
Hey, big head.
Hey, big head. Hey, big head. Do you know?
Let's talk about let's talk about some of your influences.
Ooh, let's get into it.
You know what I'm saying? I see that you wear the Marvin Gaye hat.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye, Washington
Prince,
D.C.
you know what I'm saying?
You know,
Let's go
Prince,
through the list.
Marvin Gaye, Prince, Avant, Brandy, Tank. Those are the biggest ones.
Okay.
I think I got all of them.
Facts.
I think I got all of them. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
2 of those people can sing background for you live in concert, dead or alive. Who are they?
Ooh. I would want to sing background for them. Oh, it would definitely be Brandy.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. So Brandy and Tank, I'm going with Brandy and Tank because I just think they would complement each other so well.
Especially for
I love
yeah.
Prince, I love Marvin Gaye, but just Brandy and Tank together.
Marvin Gaye would be weird as your background because you'd be like, oh, fuck.
You can't disrespect Prince and ask him to sing background.
Yeah, Prince
that's
is doing
good.
it. That's the Prince is not doing it. And Brandy and Tank would just be crazy. They would just blend well.
Yeah,
I need a
fire.
song from them. I'm waiting on that track from them. But yeah, those 2.
They heard that.
But yeah, no, I think it's super important to have like musical inspirations and just like have people you look up to.
Yeah.
And I feel like not enough artists do it today. And I feel like that's part of like why the industry is where it's at and things like that. And I just look at like collaborating with your favorite artist doesn't always mean a feature, or like you can write together, you can get your favorite artist to vocal produce a song for you. Like there's so many ways that like
You could meet them and then be so inspired and go to the studio after. And
Yeah.
'cause you had a good conversation.
and that's a
with them.
collaboration.
That's a
You know what I'm
collaboration.
saying? So I think it's so many ways that people just look at it like, oh, I want a Beyonce feature. If I don't get a Beyonce feature, then I would never collab with Beyonce. But it's like if I tell Beyonce, you should change it to that I collab with Beyonce. It's totally different.
Yeah, if you're on the writing team of like 50, yeah, you collaborated with.
That's
So-
my shit.
Right. I ain't sorry.
And like you said, there's not enough artists pulling inspiration. Like I think a lot of the young kids are pulling inspiration from a lot of the music that's not
Out.
very inspiring.
Yeah.
To say.
I think that's like, it's hard because I think that a lot of artists today also don't take their craft. Like I was thinking the other day about award shows and how like award shows are not like pivotal moments in music anymore, or just like in entertainment anymore. And like, yeah, social media is out here and has like made it hard. Like streaming and stuff has changed the game, but I feel like there's also no artists like making moments. You know, I remember watching TV and like we can think of our favorite performance as a kid when Beyonce and Destiny Child had on those brown dresses, when like Prince chewed gum at the AMAs because they wanted him to lip sync, or like
I remember
Lauren-
when Omarion hit that touch at the BT
yeah,
Awards. I was
exactly.
like,
The Chris Brown and Sierra
baby,
take you down.
by the way.
Exactly. There was moments being made, and I feel like if you look at the last 3 years of award shows, what moment can you think of that probably inspired a little kid to be like, I want to do that?
The last one I think of was the worst one was the Kanye, like when Kanye stepped up, you know?
Oh, when he took the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not like positive thing at all.
It's not positive.
A performance.
But yeah, it's like right now we have like
That's a
Scandal, like
demonstration. Like
Little Mama,
Scandal is
Little
what
Mama crashing the
sells.
stage or something like that. Like
Scandal
all that type of
sells now.
scandal.
That's like literally speaks what the whole industry is right now. It's like they want crazy shit going on. Like
And by the way, that was not a dig at Lil Mama. I fuck with Lil Mama.
Can we?
Her Panda freestyle and her work remix was fire.
Let's talk about who did the cover art for the project and like the singles.
Okay, so let's just talk about cover art. Cover art was a big part of this project when I first wanted to get it made, and I reached out to the first designer, who remain nameless, but he designed like a lot of good work. He's a very talented artist, super dope, and we worked out the details. He was like, sure, I'll design it and things like that, and just the quality of work I received, which is not up to par to what I know he was capable of and his potential. So it was just very like, I guess it was
Oh,
like
boy.
discerning in the sense where I was like, all right, maybe I should try to do something, and he charged me a pretty good penny for it. So then I said I'll take one more chance, meeting people through social media.
Yeah.
And I reached out to this guy named Doom. His real name is Devontae. and he was like, sure, I'll do it. He did it for a fraction of the price, and he did exactly what I wanted done. And since then, we have collaborated on every graphic. He designed that shirt. He designed this shirt. So yeah, he designed merch. He's designed each single cover. He helped design with the logo. So big ups to him and all his hard work. And he just really captured everything I wanted to capture on the cover, because it meant so. The cover is very important to me of a project, and how for this one it was like I wanted that movie and cinematic feel to it.
Yeah.
And it's also, the cover was inspired by like some Australian artist who has this it's a painting called The Birth of a Man. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, probably not, but it's a painting called The Birth of a Man. And I felt like Phases was like a rebirth of men and the way we emote. So I like that. After I read about it, I'm like, yo, this is perfect. Let's like try to take this and get it redesign it and reimagine it.
Is there any symbolism with the snake?
Yeah, I think the symbolism with the snake is the symbolism with the serpent, and I don't think people have seen the back cover yet, but they'll see it by Monday. And it's an apple and a serpent on there, and it's back to that old thing of like religion and being spiritual and like practicing that thing. Like religion is a practice, and just like love is a practice. You have to practice it. Like most things in life, you have to practice it to get good at it. So that's where the snake and apple come from. Love and lust is a big two big themes on this project, and depending on what you're listening for and how you listen to it, you'll get love or you'll get lust in a sense. And I think that's what the serpent and the apple meant. And I also think that like love is a religion. People like think of religion, they think of Christianity and all these other things, atheism and all that stuff. But love is also a religion. You practice it. You like you hang out with people, you fellowship in love.
Yeah.
So like you have to practice it to know how you love and why you want to love and things like that.
We love religion. Music. Music is religion.
Music is religion. And I also think that too much of anything is a bad thing. Yeah. So that's another thing, like balance. Too much of anything, you need balance. That
facts.
Overarching theme of it.
This is your first project as your name. As your name.
Yeah, it is.
Correct, right?
Yeah.
What made you want to change it, and what did it take to actually do it?
Another great question. I think that a lot of it, why I never went by my name first, is just because I thought my name was regular as fuck, like Reggie Becton, like here, like it's like here. That's all I think of, like attendance. But another thing was it was a deeper barrier between, and it was this struggle I'm still in with being corporate America Reggie, and like trying to make sure I have a backup plan or have another plan if this doesn't work out and things like that. And you hear about employers always searching Google and stuff. I'd like to see what their employer's doing, so I don't want anybody ever into Reginald Becton and like my music come up. So I think that was that journey to get to this point where I'm comfortable to say like, I know I want to do music. I know I can do music, and I know that it's like all in. Like the only next step I would have would be taking the leap of faith and quitting my job. You know what I'm saying? That would be the next all in step.
Absolutely.
And it's like that takes a lot to get to, and it to me, having this project come on my name, it's just like another like divine intervention type thing, because I think it's God telling me like, yo, you're on your path, like this is what you need to be doing, and you running away from this name thing, just take it. So when I was going through this name thing, I was like, and what prompted the name switch was with Bova, because she was like, you don't want to work harder than what you have to, and if you release music under Reggie, then there's 20 other or 30 other people releasing music under Reggie. So what's going to make your music stand out right now? She's saying if you add something, so we went through all these lists of names and things like that. And then I was like, all right, cool, I'll just use my Instagram name. My Instagram, that's all I'm on social media, Sir Reginald. Started to use that, and it just wasn't like great. My manager hit me up and he was like, yo, do you really think like, when you see a marquee, or when you think of like what's going to be behind you performing, are you going to be happy with Sir Reginald?
Yeah.
So I'm like, that is a good point. So then we started rethinking it, and I was telling people like, yo, what do you think of Reggie Becton? I remember hitting my roommate, Mello, big ups to Mello, great person, good friend. And I hit him like, yo, what do you think? I hit him like after we had decided on Sir Reginald, I hit him like 3 weeks later, like, yo, which one do you think? Do you really like Sir Reginald or do you like Reggie Becton? I was like, I said something like, I think I'm going to change my name to Reggie Becton, release music. He's like, so you're going to go with the decision I told you to make 3 weeks ago. And it was just one of those things where it's like, okay, everybody's telling me Reggie Becton. Like, all right, cool. And it was like my family was just like, my mom always told me, my mom was like, yeah, one day she called me, she's like, yeah, you need to keep your name because I had a dream that your name is supposed to be Reggie. So just go with your name. Like, that's supposed to be your artist name. And then I hit my cousin and my sister about it. And my cousin, Jerome, he's like, Reggie Becton, that's just like childhood name. Like, I don't see the icon in it. That's what he said, making jokes and stuff. And I appreciate it. And my sister's like, yeah, it's just like Reggie Becton. Like, that's our name, so I would love you to keep that name. But to us, it just sounds...
Because they know,
we've been calling it, like, to us, it just sounds regular as fuck.
It's not like you're in trouble.
Exactly. And it definitely didn't mean, like, no harm or anything into it when you said it. But it was, I was like feeling that same way, but everybody else on the outside who like haven't known me as Reggie Becton for the last 25 years, it was like, that's fine, like we like it. So that's how we got here.
It's just OD real, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got like Brent Fayez and, you know what I'm saying, Bryson Tillers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I feel like you hit these names and it's like, all right, did they sound cool after you knew them or before? And they probably didn't sound cool when they first had them, but then you release Don't, or you release fucking a phenomenal project with Sonder or something, and you're Brent Fayez or you're Bryson
or Phase. Make your name, you know?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. You gotta make your name. It's not like anyone's name is like, oh, it's special. If your name is special, it's because someone before you made that name special. So it's like,
true.
You can't grab that name if it's someone that special.
Yeah, so Reggie Becton brand, Reggie Becton train is here to stay. No more name switches.
I like it. Well, welcome Reggie Becton.
Appreciate
the world of music and life.
Appreciate you for coming out, bro.
Yeah,
no
man.
problem.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out your socials one time.
Oh, socials. Instagram, Twitter. Anything basically is Sir Reginald, SirReginald.com. Instagram and Twitter at Sir Reginald. SoundCloud, SoundCloud.com/Sir Reginald. And yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, everything Reggie Becton. Phases out now.
Yeah. It is out. And it is amazing.
Thank you. Woo. What are your favorite tracks on Phases?
Woo. My favorite, man, it's really hard. I really like the second part of Feels.
Okay.
That one, I don't know, just something about that one just gets me like, I'm just like, whoa, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And Press Play, honestly.
Okay.
I'd be singing Press Play like on the train, like going in.
Press Play.
Exactly. I'd be trying to harmonize.
I really like New Moon because of the sample.
Yeah, the sample.
And I know like how much she's influenced. You know what I'm saying? How much she's influenced your vocal ability. So every time I hear it, I be like, damn, like just the fact that like he rocked the shit out the sample is like just dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's super dope.
So
that's tight as fuck. Food wise, you know, you're not vegetarian currently. You're on and off.
I am a.
You're like a
I say I'm
part-time
vegan.
vegetarian.
Oh, or Mellow.
You don't eat
Me and
cheese.
Mellow. You know,
You're non-dairy.
We go by Freegan.
Freegan. So
We go by Freegan.
You can do whatever the fuck you want, but like most of the time,
It's like 2 minutes,
good.
so it partly means that like I'm free to eat what I want and nobody's going to judge me, but mostly plant based.
it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. No matter what your stomach feels like. That's a random
drops like
shit.
crazy.
You're cut off. No, I was kidding.
But no, yeah. So it's that, and then it's also if it's free, I'm going to eat it. Being broke, so if it's free, freegan. If it's free food, then I eat it. So if my job got pizza, then I'm eating pizza. But I haven't had pork or beef or like seafood, and like the only meat I eat is chicken, and sometimes I eat dairy. And I'm trying to keep on it. It's Chick-fil-A.
So Chick-fil-A, I know is like your.
Oh my god, Chick-fil-A.
the number one go-to.
Yeah, that's his good.
I'll probably go there today because it's Saturday.
Polynesian over everything.
He got breakfast from there, and on the way home he's gonna pick up.
Yeah, exactly. I always tell people on Saturday, if you have the slightest inclination that you want Chick-fil-A, you gotta go because tomorrow's gonna be closed. And you're gonna really want it.
Have you ever bought Chick-fil-A on like Friday or Saturday and saved it for Sunday?
No, I have not did that purposefully, but I may have done that
Like
accidentally.
didn't eat it all. But no, have you ever not finished Chick-fil-A?
No,
Yeah, so
always going down.
that
with
answers
Chick-fil-A.
that question right there.
It was 1 week where I ate Chick-fil-A like 4 times or 5 times in a row.
Favorite vegan spot? Because I know you like
Favorite
those.
vegan spot is Doomy's.
Yeah, that was
Doomies.
It was pretty good.
Doomies is great.
I liked it. What I had this.
What they got up there?
What did we have?
I had this cheesesteak. You had the
okay.
Western burger.
The Western burger.
Yeah.
It was a veggie burger, and they had like animal
fries.
It's like nacho fries. Like the cheese was insane.
Yeah, they're great. They're better than Animal's fries from In-N-Out to me.
Yeah, I mean that's debatable, but
In-N-Out fries are like box.
the fries are not very good, but the combination of them are like with the animal. Doomie's was fire. My only complaint was just maybe too much cheese, but like that's a terrible complaint. But like I don't know.
Okay,
For vegan cheese, like you can overdo it, but
I guess.
it was good. Honestly, I was full like all day.
Oh yeah, they give you super.
Yeah.
They give you a great amount of food.
Yerp.
Yeah. I mean, anything else you want to say to the people?
No, I
Before
don't
we
have
get up on
anything
outta
to
here?
say.
I think.
Exciting times.
Yeah, man.
More stuff to come.
Blow. Phases
Listen up
out on all
and,
platforms.
Yeah, it's out.
Out everywhere.
Much love to everybody that listened and
Much
showed love.
Yeah, super
Find
appreciative.
your man.
Couldn't
Social
do it
media
without
and
it.
hit him up.
Yeah, listen to Phases, share it with a friend. Text it to them, add it to your playlist.
Tell them what you
We need
think
all
of
that
it.
help.
You know, we want
Tell
a
me what you
review.
think. We need the review so the next one can be better.
It gets better.
Yeah.
It always gets better.
Facts.
And just thanks for having me, you know.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys having me, allowing me to
was
come
fun.
and grace your platform that you guys built from the ground up. Super important to have platforms like this to give artists like me a voice. So keep fighting the good fight.
Hey,
Indeed.
let them know what the #1 podcast is.
Taste Buds.
Hey!
Only podcast to beat. They got the exclusive. I haven't interviewed with anyone about this project.
First interview fresh off the album.
Fresh off. Now,
Nice.
I can go schedule some more because
And now we about to go eat some Chick-fil-A. We out.
facts.
Bitches want to get pregnant.